All right, so here we are, Good Friday. We're out hanging swarm traps, so I'll do a video on that, a separate one. And right now I'm working the bees, so I figure I'd give you an update. I'm doing things that I don't like to do. These are my dead outs, and I started to produce a little bit of mold because of this crazy winter, non-winter, warm spring now and wet. So instead of ruining comb, I decided to let some of it get robbed out. So this one right here with the feeder on it, it's got 8 frames in it. And it's got some that have the rainbow and the brood frames, so the honey rainbow on top. So they can clean that up real quick and get me some bait frames. I do have enough to hang all my traps, but I don't have enough to rebait anything. So this box is here to get them good and cleaned out. It's not gonna be the prettiest because when they're robbing, they're tearing it up. But I'm gonna get these cleaned up and then I'll have them in reserve. Out of my dead outs, I also got probably 8 honey frames, I would say, and some nuke boxes that I'm carrying around with me. So those I'll use to boost the swarms that I catch or colonies that might be limping, although colonies look pretty good. So anyways, I don't like robbing, but I feel like I'm kind of forced to in this case. I can't protect this comb any longer from the moisture and the little bit of mold, not much at all. So I decided to let it get robbed out. And also, that's last year's syrup. There's no black mold. There's no signs of fermentation. And it has the Hive Alive liquid feed supplement in it. I also brought the jug that I had from last fall, just in case I needed to feed it. Kind of risky, but I'm gonna test it out and see how long this stuff can actually last without causing problems. So they're not getting a ton of it. They're just giving them something to do since there's nothing in the environment, but they actually still don't even realize that that box underneath them has 8 honey frames in it. So hopefully they figure it out before the flies do. This one over here, the bottom board was sticky. It's got some sticky issues, so I just set it out with the entrance open there so that they can clean out the bottom board. Anyways, let's get over to the colonies. So I went through everybody, and 4 here, second from the left, was on the verge of starving. They ate 1.5 fondants, and then 6, so we'll just start here. Anyway, 6 on the end to the left. That's the weak one, that's the one limping. I did give them a fresh fondant, even though they didn't eat much at all of the other one. That fondant has been on there since last year. I put it on too early. I put it on when they moved up into the top boxes, and that was probably 1.5 months too early. I should have waited. So anyways, it started to get really hard and not pliable and just didn't have the moisture content that you would see when it was brand new. So I decided just to switch them all out. Even 6 got a new one. So everybody got a new one. But 4, the next one there, was on the verge of starving. 5 still had some fondant left, but theirs was, 1 in the middle there. Let me just walk with it. 1 here had some fondant left, but it was becoming a brick. And you could see that they were chewing on it, but it's just not soft enough. So again, I had it in stock. It's going to expire in the summer, so it won't be useful next winter. So figured everybody should get some fresh. 5 here's rocking. They ate quite a bit of theirs. Still had a little bit left, but they had 1.5 and maybe a quarter of 1 full fondant left. And then 9, they're doing good as well. So everybody seems to be doing really, really well. They're happy today. The reason why I'm here and giving them the fondant is, first, I was concerned that they're starving, but second, we're gonna have 4 to 5 days of good weather. So I wanted to get my trap up here, and while I was here, I just took care of taking care of the bees. So everybody's really happy. It's so nice when you get up here and it's warm enough that they can get flights. Of course, I ticked everybody off being inside there. A couple things, I did think about taking the mouse covers off of everybody except 6 on the end there. I did not. And I also thought about taking the wraps off. I did not. I don't want to get tricked into thinking that springs here in Michigan, we could have something horrible where I am concerned and maybe needing a wrap and stuff like that. I didn't worry about the painter's tape. I think they can deal with a little bit of a draft on those top boxes, the seam between the quilt boxes and the top box. But so I left everything. I left the wraps. I left the mouse guards. Probably am going to switch everybody's box this year. So take the top box and put it on the bottom. When I do that, I'll take the wraps off and I'll take the mouse guards off. So right now we're just going to stay with everything. But pretty cool. Nice to see everybody happy and healthy. But I did screw up with the fondant. I put it on too early. So you can slide them in easy enough. You need to wait. I don't know why I did it so early. I just got nervous and probably shouldn't have. So anyways, that's where we're at. Hope your bees are well. Hope your traps are up. Let's start catching here in the northern states.